useless. Yes, for many of you, this video will be completely useless. And you're welcome for that. Hey there, I'm Jeff, the radio DJ dude. And in this one, we are potting up top of the hour IDs. Now, if you run an internet-only radio station, well, I maintain a lot of this content legally is useless for you because you don't need to run top-of-the-hour IDs. You don't have to identify yourself because the FCC could give a damn here in the US about you internet-only broadcasters. Even if you're not legally mandated to run one of these things, I maintain, yeah, you definitely should be rocking cool top-of-the-hour IDs. Think of them as your station's audio calling card. They really set the stage for what's to come. And what is about to come are some cool tips and tricks for you to produce the sexiest sounding top-of-the-hour IDs. So, to the top of the hour we go! We are on the air! Just so I'm 243% clear, if you're just doing an internet radio station, you're not broadcast, you're not FM, you're not AM, you absolutely do not need a top of the hour ID, okay? Case closed, hit stop, go to your next YouTube video. However, if you're like me and you are trying to create a real radio sound, then a top of the hour ID element needs to definitely be on your menu. And just for me, it's a flashback to the glory days of radio. For me, the radio teenage nerd, I'd tune into my favorite Los Angeles radio stations and just be mesmerized by these big sounding voices, incredible production elements, the imaging packages these radio stations had, the jingles, the sweepers. And at the top of the hour, bam, you'd hear something like this.
A little after 12 noon, Bruce, we all here jamming 10 songs in a row non-stop. KIIS 7 a.m. Los Angeles, LA's #1 hit music station.
Can't touch this.
Got that right.
So when I fired up my all 80s station, XXX80s.com, hell yeah! You know I was gonna pop some top of the hour IDs into that baby. And along the way, I've had a number of different ones. They've kind of evolved. Like my first one.
Prepare for an 80s infusion.
3, 2, 1.
80s to the extreme. XXX80s.
Woo, shake my booty.
Oh, yeah.
Versus the one I'm running today.
Totally awesome 80s.
Oh, gnarly!
Extreme 80s fun.
Excellent!
XXX80s.com.
XXX80s.
Now to me, that is pitch perfect. It absolutely encapsulates my entire offering as an online 80s radio station. It's infused with flavors of the 80s decade. You've got the station's slogan, which is my promise to you.
Extreme 80s fun.
And the jingle to that reinforces we're playing just the hits and a lot of them.
XXX80s.com.
The station URL, so no matter where anyone's listening, they know where to find me. And then the 80s ear candy, those movie drop-ins.
Oh, gnarly! Excellent!
So in that 15-second production element, you pretty much have a pretty good idea what XXX80s is all about. And that's what you should strive for with your top of the hour ID.
Totally awesome 80s.
Oh, gnarly!
Extreme 80s fun.
Excellent!
XXX80s.com.
XXX80s.
You want to be able to say the most in the least amount of time and pack it with your own station's personality, your brand personality. I mean, not every station needs to run maybe as high energy of a top of the hour ID as that one, but it needs to stay true to your brand's voice. At a minimum, it should include your station's slogan, which once again is your value proposition, and maybe a line to promote how much music you're playing that particular hour, and then you follow it up, of course, with the station name. And then bring all that to life with some really cool radio production effects. So you have your imaging sound effects. You have some music beds, just some really high energy production elements to make that pop.
XXX80s.
In terms of running time, I think 15 seconds, the length of mine, is kind of pushing it. If you could go shorter, great. I wouldn't go much longer. However, rules can be broken if they provide value to your listeners. And nobody says you just have to have one top of the hour ID. No, I have some seasonal variations that I roll out throughout the year. Here's my super cool summer top of the hour ID.
Totally awesome 80s.
Oh, summer long. Summer fun. Extreme 80s fun.
XXX80s.com.
XXX80s.
Now, while that has some song hooks in them, they're very short, and I do think they pack an audio punch because they're just classic summertime jams. But you really want to be careful if you're producing top of the hour IDs with song hooks in them, because that could get pretty long in the tooth if you're running that same top of the hour with those same 3 or 4 song hooks every hour. So if you really are jonesing to get some of your music into this production element, I'd want you to produce at least 3, 4, 5 different top of the hour IDs with different song hooks. The base production elements can all be the same, but you're just swapping out the song hooks in each top of the hour ID. So at least that, gives a fresher sound at the top of every hour. One more important thing with song hooks, and I've tackled this in the past when I did that video on creating some really fun music imaging promos. But you know what? Shorter is so much better with song hooks. You don't need to play the whole chorus. Just wet their whistle. Give them a taste. If it's a popular song, by note number 2, they're going to know the song. So I'd always go less than more with song hooks. And it keeps your top of the hour ID moving. This cannot lag, this cannot drag. It just has to be a rip-snorting Indy 500 experience. You want your top of the hour ID to roar across the track and slide into the finish line with just a big blaze of audio fire. One easy technique to create custom seasonal top of the hour IDs is use your, regular top of the hour ID, but then just add on some custom audio elements at the end of that top of the hour ID that speak to the certain holiday or event.
Prepare for an 80s infusion.
3, 2, 1.
80s to the extreme. XXX80s. Happy New Year!
And you hear how the Happy New Year sound effects trail off over the intro of the song, which creates a really nice, smooth transition. And within that same vein, here's my holiday top of the hour.
The best music mix and so much more.
Totally awesome 80s.
Commercial-free 80s 24/7.
Oh, gnarly.
Happy holidays. Extreme 80s fun. XXX80s.
And just like the New Year's top of the hour, those sleigh bell sound effects will run over the intro of the song.
Happy holidays. Extreme 80s fun. XXX80s.
Anytime you can blend production elements into the music is a great way to go. It gives you a real pro sound. And these are always fun. I have 3 Halloween top of the hour IDs that I rotate.
Prepare for an 80s infusion.
3, 2, 1.
80s to the extreme.
Happy Halloween.
XXX80s.
To me, a very important programming decision is to come out of your top of the hour ID and go into a slammin', jammin', high energy song. So every first song of my hour is a high energy tune. When I started out, I created a subcategory for each top of the hour. Halloween, And I think I had others in the list here. And that became such a pain to have to dig in to each event and swap out the top of the hour ID numerous times a year. The best solution is put all your top of the hour IDs in just the TOH bucket under station IDs and only enable the one you need, for this moment. And then when I switch over to my summertime top of the hour ID, well, I will disable this track and enable my summer fun track. So now when we go back to the top of the hour station IDs, TOH, you'll see summer fun. And that's what my event will load up. Let's talk about the actual top of the hour event. Each of my rotations, and I run about 6 or 7 different rotations, they all start with an event. So for my A rotation, this event is repeating by day and hour every day, but only at these select hours. And I'm loading this event at 58 minutes and 30 seconds. So when that clock hits 58:30, the following will happen. Auto DJ will disable. I wait 2 seconds, probably don't need to, but it's just nice to make sure the system runs smoothly. I clear the current playlist. I set sweeper category to VTS, which is just my voice track category, because I'm using the sweeper functionality to deliver all my voice tracks. And yes, one of my early videos, up there, look to the right, I have a link to how I pull that off. And then it's loading the A rotation. And finally, the good stuff. It then loads the top of the hour ID. It waits a second and then re-enables Auto DJ. And whatever the current song is playing finishes, then it'll play this top of the hour and get into my first high energy song in the A rotation. Out of all the unneeded production elements on your station, this is the one that I definitely advocate for. This is the one that I really think you should lean in and do a bang-up job, because top of the hour IDs, they're the best way to communicate exactly what your station is all about in the shortest amount of time. Like I said, they are your audio calling card. So have fun, pump it with energy, and pop that baby up. I'm Jeff, the radio DJ dude, and hey, by all means, if you've got a cool top of the hour ID, please do share. The radio DJ dude community would love to hear what you got. And I'd love to hear what you have to got regarding future video ideas. So feel free to type those down in those comments too. Now, if you got even an inkling of enjoyment out of this video, I'd so love a like and subscribe from you. Thank you so much. And until our next radio rodeo, you keep rocking those mics all over the world.